Welcome to the video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and join the tribe. And if you've been tuned in, then you already know the vibes. Thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. Make sure you got the post notification bell turned on so you don't miss anything coming up in the future. Check me out on Instagram and on YouTube. Right now, I'm streaming live on YouTube and I'm live on Instagram. Check out my link in the description. Follow everything I got going on. And send me a direct message. Reach out to me. I'll be happy to have a conversation. In this video, hold on, we got some people trying to join the call. Real quick, if you haven't already, go get a copy of my book, New You Now, A Guide to Amazing Improvement. It's available on Amazon. Link in the description, link in my bio. Okay. Really appreciate all the support. Now listen, it's 2022, and many of you know that I'm a realtor. In this video, I'm going to be covering what home buyers want by generation. I just got a magazine in the mail from OC Realtor. That's the board of realtors that I'm a part of. And it says here on the cover, the dream of the dream of home ownership is one that generations share. But the description of what home buyers want differs markedly from one generation to the next. So that means, okay, what? We got Generation Z, the Millennials, Generation X, and the baby boomers, right? So we got the baby boomers, our grandparents, your grandparents, whatever. Okay, maybe even your parents. Generation X, probably your parents, right? Or maybe, whatever your situation is, probably your parents, maybe your grandparents. And then millennials, me, anybody really born in the 90s and we're turning into 2000, right? Or after 2000, right? And then you got Generation Z. I don't know the exact, years for these generations, but I do know that there are generations, right? And the generations change, bro. As we all evolve, what we want and how we want it changes, right? So I want you to comment below, what generation are you a part of? Are you a part of the baby boomers? Are you a part of the Generation X? Are you a millennial? Or are you part of Gen Z? Comment below, let me know. Anyways, I want to cover this topic and hopefully give you some value. Okay, I'm going to do some reading and then I'm going to basically explain and elaborate on the points that are being made in the article here. Okay, so listen, from boomers, right, baby boomers, to Gen Z, right? So from the oldest people on earth to the newest people on earth, each generation has its dream home. What's your dream home? Preferences like smart technology, state-of-the-art kitchens, and outdoor living spaces are reflections of age, personality characteristics, and lifestyle differences, right? There are some home features that all buyers find attractive, such as natural light, but each generation defines its own must-haves in a new home, right? So what each generation looks for and what they must have varies depending on your age and your desires. So to effectively market and work with buyers at various stages in life, real estate professionals should be asking themselves, what does each generation want in a home? So if you're a real estate agent like myself, I have to constantly ask myself, well, who am I dealing with? What might they want or need in a home, right? Because again, what somebody wants and needs is all going to be dependent on basically their generation, right? Because they see the world differently, they operate in the world differently, right? And they have different needs and wants, okay? So let's break it down. What does Generation Z want? And by the way, Generation Z is anybody born from 1997 up to 2012, okay? So if you're born in 1997, 98, 99, 2000, all the way up to 2012, your consideration part of Generation Z. And here's what stories and statistics and research shows that the Generation Z wants, okay? And by the way, this is new, okay? New to this year's National Association of Realtors Home Buyer and Seller Generational Trends Report is the share of Generational Z buyers, okay? So while the share is only 2% for buyers and sellers, so only 2% of all the buyers and sellers are in Gen Z, the oldest members of Gen Z are turning 25 this year and are transitioning from renters to homeowners. So maybe you're on that cusp, just, you're turning 25, 21, whatever the age you are, right? Maybe you're transitioning from a rent to a homeowner, right? The next generation to enter the housing market, and they have their own ideas about what amenities they want in new homes. So again, preferences like smart technology, state-of-the-art kitchens, outdoor living spaces, all reflections of age, okay? Homes.com conducted a survey of more than 1,000 Gen Zers during the pandemic. They call them Gen Zers. And they discovered that outdoor space and open interior design were at the top of their list for desired homes. So if you're in Gen Z, there's a good chance that you have outdoor space and open interior design at the top of your list and desire for when you purchase a home. They envisioned their outdoor living space to include amenities for entertaining like patios, fire pits, and decks. This makes sense considering that the pandemic has made outdoor activities a necessity for social engagement. So we as Gen Z, I mean, really everybody, but specifically Gen Z in this specific article here, has this desire for lots of social engagement. And this digital generation seems to be valuing space to unplug and connect with its community, right? So it's not a surprise then that smart technology was a less popular home feature to Gen Z buyers, with only 17% listed as their priority. Okay, so it's not so much about having this smart technology as it is the ability to unplug and feel as though you're having maybe a retreat type of vibe. So while members of Gen Z have their own needs and when it comes to home purchasing, they're still considered the buyers of tomorrow, right? So these are the new people. These are the new ones. These are the new homeowners, the homeowners of the future. And they are influencing the buyers of today, the millennials. So they're maybe not quite buyers yet. The buyers of today are millennials. And both generations are environmentally conscious and concerned about climate change. But more than ever, eco-minded members of Generation Z are interested in reducing their carbon footprint and looking for eco-friendly designs, sustainable materials, and energy-saving technologies. Members of Generation Z are important to the green home future because they continue to skirt the preference of generations past and to a new embrace desires in green home futures. So basically what this is saying is Generation Z is, new age, go green, environmental friendly, energy saving, helping the carbon footprint, right? This new approach to being more economical and mindful of the environment. That's what Generation Z is all about. Now, let's talk about what millennials might want. If you're a millennial, that means you're born in the year 1981 up to 1996. So any time between that makes you a millennial. Again, anytime from it's 1981 through 1996. Okay. So if you're born anytime through 1981 through 1996, 1981 through 1996, that makes you a millennial. That means I'm born in 1992. I fall right into that time group, that time period, makes me a millennial. Now, according to NAR's, that National Association for According to the NAR, that's the National Association of Realtors. Talking too fast right now, but I want to get through this quickly. The 2021 Generational Trends Report, right? Millennial buyers make up the largest share of home buyers at 37%. So right now, millennials are making up the largest percent of all home buyers. And the majority are first-time home buyers. So what makes this large group of home buyers different from the other generations? Well, they are the generation that does not place an oversized kitchen near the top of the list of coveted home features. But this makes sense because according to 2021 Home Services Survey, where more than 1,000 people were asked about their kitchen habits, millennials were the generation that cooks the least meals. So maybe you're like, dude, yeah, the whole kitchen's nice, all this big, you got this big kitchen island, you got the industrial state-of-the-art stove and oven, and you got this huge sink and all this counter space, but nobody's cooking. We're not cooking, bro. We're not in the kitchen slaving and cooking and sweating over frying pans. Now, maybe you do cook. Maybe you do desire the kitchen, but it seems like millennials aren't doing much cooking. We're probably ordering out. We got DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, right? We're going out to eat, right? That's just the reality of the situation. Millennials are the least popular group as far as cooking, so they don't even care about the kitchens. Interesting. Millennials were also the most likely to order takeout or delivery both before and during the pandemic. So there you have it right there. Millennials, if you're born between 1981 and 1996, there's a good chance that you're ordering takeout or delivery today. You probably had takeout or delivery for lunch or breakfast or maybe for dinner, right? Even before the pandemic, you were doing that, especially during and after the pandemic. It's just like, dude, I'm ordering stuff. I'm not cooking, dude. I'm not gonna go to the grocery store, cook it, learn recipes, ingredients. Nobody got time for that. Maybe that's how you think. You're like, I'm not a chef, right? So boom, I'm gonna order out. I'm gonna get delivered. So therefore, that makes sense, man. That really does make sense. Because I'll tell you the truth. As much as I love real estate, I love really nice kitchens. I really do. I often think that like there's so much kitchen space in a lot of these that it's like, dude, there's so, how many plates and cups and bowls and spoons and knives and Tupperwares do you possibly need? Right? Because there's so much. Right. And then it's like, damn, bro, like got this big ass fridge. I'm not even trying to fill it with food because I'm not gonna cook anything. Right? That might be your mindset if you're a millennial. Despite the fact that cooking is not a main concern for many millennials, they still want their homes to come with the high functioning amenities of a modern kitchen, though. So let's not get this confused. Let's get this straight and square up the details and the facts. I mean, yeah, we want a nice kitchen. Millennials want a nice kitchen. And we're the ones who place the utmost value on smart features. Okay, so millennials are the first generation to grow up with technology and smartphones. And they have little patience with things that are overly complicated or outdated. They want homes with automated lights and temperature control, smart appliances, smart entertainment, and smart locks. According to a 2121 survey, 18% of baby boomers made a smart home tech purchase because of COVID-19, compared to 49% of millennials. So not only do we act because we're born into it. All right, let's carry it to Generation X. Generation X. So interesting. And this is also a fun fact. Like maybe you're dating somebody who's a different generation than you, potentially, right? So maybe you guys don't see eye to eye on what you want because you're not seeing the world differently. You're at different ages. You're like, well, I want the nice kitchen. And then they're like, I don't care about the kitchen. So it's kind of interesting to think about where you fall into it. Do you even fit this criteria? You maybe do, maybe you don't. Generation X, according to the National Association of Realtors, reports that buyers aged 41 to 55, Gen Xers, constituted 24% of home buyers in 2021. Members of this group continue to be the highest earning home buyers with a median income of $113,300 in 2019. Gen Xers tend to be in the most financially secure part of their lives and are therefore the most interested in luxury, high-end materials, and space for their children or aging parents. They work from home at least part of the time, and home office spaces are on their list of must-haves. So flexibility and versatility are a top priority for this group. They want their spaces to function as offices, virtual school zones, play areas, private nooks, and spots where families can gather like the modern kitchens they desire. So because members of Generation X tend to want versatility in their homes and have kitchen and aging parents that may live together, space has a huge appeal to them. Right? They want large homes, large closets, large garages, and ample storage. They basically, the more space and the more workable the design, the better. Okay, so that's Generation X. Let's talk about what the baby boomers want. Anybody born from 1955 through 1964 would be a baby boomer. Officially retired from the workplace or planning their retirements, many baby boomers are considering home features that will accommodate their new lifestyle or changing physical needs. Baby boomers list, this is a fact. Baby boomers list single-story homes or homes with the primary bedrooms on the main floor, right? So just single-level floors as their primary and priority as when they're purchasing a new home. So they don't want to have to keep going up and down stairs or take care of, sprawling two-story homes that they needed when they had children. They just want one level, quick and easy, no up and down, right? They want low maintenance yards or no yards at all, okay? That was also seen as an attractive feature for the baby boomers. Although baby boomers are more active than any aging generation before them, large yards and backyards that demand a great deal of upkeep seem to be an amenity of the past. So the whole big yard and all that stuff doesn't really appeal to too many baby boomers because it's too much upkeep, too much maintenance, and they're not going to do that. Right. So moving forward, this is a great article. In summary, hope you learned something. Comment below what you learned. Uh, I'll break it down again. Generational Z, self-educated regarding the real estate process, and they'll put faith in internet searches. Okay, they're looking for social media presences. Not so much your Facebook. I mean, I know Facebook is a social media, but they're looking at other apps too, right? Generation Z will be impressed if your social media extend new channels like Snapchat and TikTok. So they're like, dude, this guy's all over the freaking place, not just Facebook, right? Because Facebook was like the first social media before MySpace, right? So if you're only on Facebook, you're kind of like out of the loop. If you're on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Generation Z is like, okay, I could rock with that, right? They expect virtual tours and listing videos, but catchy music and filters will engage them with your content. Right? They want to be shown instead of told, and will appreciate learning about the home buying process from social media posts about pre-approval, first home buyer, tip videos on your website, how-to videos on YouTube's, and they're also willing to use different apps for communication and may prefer one over the other. So this is Generational Z. Again, they're like way ahead of the curve, the technology. They want everything digitalized and stuff like that. Millennials, they're going to question the value of using a realtor, right? They're more likely to take over roles on, they're going to do like some of their work themselves, right? Instead of like trusting somebody, realtor, which is, fine. They want immediate gratification. They expect the realtor to be accessible and responsive 24/7. They're tell me about it. People will hit me up all time of the day, right? Millennials are looking for accessible information and a website that provides everything they need easily and quickly. They expect high quality video tours and live stream capacities. Also, they appreciate transaction steps that are done quickly with the best tech tools and without issues or technical problems. So most millennials prefer to communicate by texting, which is something listen, I like to call people. I like getting on the phone. The whole texting thing is like, I'll be honest. I do a lot of texting. Don't get me wrong. I text a lot. But sometimes you got to get on the phone. You got to have a phone call. Okay. Generation X often have children, are concerned about school district quality, and expect a realtor to have information about the schools in each neighborhood. They want detailed information about properties and are more likely to read the entire description of a home. Painting a word picture of a home will appeal to them more than a generic listing description. Do not usually have flexible schedules and prefer to work traditional 8 to 5 hours and use weekends or evenings to view properties. And email is a part of their daily work life, so it may be their preferred means of communication. That's for Generation X. And last but not least, the baby boomers who have experience in home buying process already, right? Because they probably bought and sold several times. They look for realtors to give them stats and market updates rather than using internet to obtain the information, right? They're not on the internet as much. They're just trying to do things more traditional. They prefer a phone call or an in-person meeting. They don't even know how to text. You know what I mean? They don't even have a smartphone sometimes. They're not on the computer. So they just want to hop on the phone like they're used to, like they were born and then raised and more familiar with, right? They expect first-class customer service from realtors, and they don't mind paper transactions. And they may even distrust technology. So there you have it. That is what home buyers want by generation. Hope this video helps you. If it did, smash the like button, share the video with somebody you care about. Comment below what else you want to know. Make sure you go get Amazon. My book on Amazon. Go get my book on Amazon. Amazon's a place to get it. Go get the book. Follow me on Instagram. Follow my stories. Send me a direct message. Man, what a beautiful day it is. That was a lot of talking. As always, stay happy, healthy, wealthy, blessed, and focus on success. And when you see me drop another video, you already know what to do. Tap in. Thanks for watching. Peace.